African Americans. DC's out of touch with South Carolinians, and the people had their voices heard. And it was a tough fought race. I ended up being my own campaign manager, and it was really hard to sit with a team that would pull out a major win last night. We tracked it every day, and I'm really proud of our team. I'm proud of South Carolina. And I don't know anyone in Washington anything. I don't work for Washington. I don't work for the establishment. I work for the people of South Carolina who elected me.
One thing you faced one challenger, there was one in particular that President was pushing, but the things still come out of it without a runoff. You seem well positioned before the general election in about 5 months and all, but it wasn't so full. Were you worried that it could be a close?
Well, no, not at all. We knew for a long time that we were at between 20 and 25 points consistently over the last 2 to 3 months. We ended up winning by 30, a larger margin than we even had our internal data. But listen, I worked very hard. I made tough interviews, I made tough votes, I made tough decisions, I worked on policy, and it's really hard to deliver results for South Carolina. And that's what people saw. They saw through all the senseless noise, all the negative attacks, the lies. And they knew it was the truth. And they were someone who worked really hard for the people of South Carolina. It was a resounding win. It was astonishing. I was sick last night. I was super excited about how good our win was.
Senator McCarthy, of course, being behind a lot of this, that obviously was payback. Argued it looked like payback for your vote against him as speaker. Do you have any regrets about how all that was handled, and then whether you were out to get him when it didn't look like you would get him? He was surprised, he's angry now, he's bitter now. There's a whole wave of people in leadership who feel that, you put a stick for what you're saying.
Well, I want to say that they're doing the party for everybody. They're doing the party for me. They're doing the party for MAGA. They're doing the party for moderates, conservatives, right of center, centrists, who are turning and doing it. It's really for all of us. And what I want to focus on now is November and bringing everybody together. I'm not interested in continuing the revenge tour against anyone. I have some of my colleagues endorse my opponent in this race. That happens from time to time. I'm interested in bringing people together. I would like to see us win the White House. I would like to see us get a larger majority in the U.S. South. And I would like to see us put this in it. And that's going to take a lot of work, talking about policies like immigration, talking about inflation, talking about women's issues. I've been on the show there a number of times. So we can win over First and Iron and independent women.
Braves Country. I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show Braves Country today just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Lineup for Braves Country by DM Magee, 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik, and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying, it felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
You're in Braves country.
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Hope y'all are having a great day, Braves country, as your Atlanta Braves are set to take on the Baltimore Orioles. And first pitch is just around the corner. Remember, we've got early games this week, 6:35. Tomorrow is really early, considering what time we normally, what time it normally takes place. We are going to 1:05. So 1:05 will be tomorrow's game. You see the lineup there. I wanted to have some fun today with the lineup, and I came up with, go ahead and change the screen here. I came up with the lineup that I think we should be using, the lineup that I believe should be in play, and I'm going to put it on the screen. And this is an everyday lineup. I did it last night after the game. I was so just ticked off and just, I mean, it is a kick in the grapes to do these games night in, night out, and the offense just not doing anything. It's like they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I came up with a lineup that I would like to see them try. They did a little different today. You'll notice that Ozuna's batting third and Riley's batting fifth. I like that. I like that a lot. But this is the lineup that I came up with. I'm just going to flash it up on there on the screen, and I'm going to continue to talk, even though you won't be able to see me, but who the hell cares about that, right? I would lead off Harris with, now this was the idea with the righty on the mound. With the lefty on the mound, I'm open for a different kind of lineup. But I would lead off Harris, and I would have Marcell Ozuna bat second. That would be my go-to lineup day in and day out. And I'm really not opposed to having the same lineup against lefties either. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting Harris at bats at the top of the order. And so if he does get on, he is a threat to go. Then you got Ozzie sitting there at the three hole. And with him being a switch hitter, you can't really combat that late in the game. Then I would put Olsen. I would keep Olsen in the cleanup spot, and then behind him have Riley. So kind of similar to what they did today. I didn't know they were doing this. This is something I put together last night. And then I would put Riley at the 5 spot, and I would keep Duvall at the 6 spot, but I would be okay with, I didn't want to draw all over the screen, so that's why it's much cleaner this way. I would be okay with putting Kelnick at the 6 hole versus righties and Duvall in the 6 hole versus lefties. I'd be okay with that. And then if you wanted to platoon Kelnick against a lefty like they're doing today they have Bandy in there, Brian Anderson, you could flip that around. And then the catchers are not hitting worth a damn. And they're slow. They clog up the lineup. So put them at the 8 spot. I don't want them at the 9 spot, because if they get on, I don't want guys like Harris and Ozzie to be bottled up there at the top of the order. So that would be the idea, is have the catcher, whoever it is, whether it's Murphy, whether it's d'Arnaud, don't care. But I would like to see more of a split. I really would. I'd like to see more of a split of every other day like they did last year. I don't know why they're not doing it. They have not, said anything about d'Arnaud having any kind of injury problem. I'd like to see d'Arnaud get more at bats. But anyways, Murphy / d'Arnaud would be my 8 spot. And then there's nothing you can do with Arcia. Put him at the 9 hole. It was much more advantageous to have him at the 9 hole when Acuna was batting leadoff, because pitchers feared Acuna. They don't really fear Harris, and Arcia was getting fastballs. That's not happening anymore. So he's just going to have to roll with the punches and do a better job of being an overall better batter. I don't think he gives you terrible at bats. I just don't think he's a great hitter. I think he had a career year last year. Yeah, I see the comment, Charlie. Yeah, Travis started off hot, but he's been a dud since. I mean, his OPS in the last month and a half has been just atrocious. But he gives you professional at bats, and that's why I don't have a problem with having him play every other day. I don't like the idea. I'll go ahead and put that away. I don't like the idea of Murphy playing every single day. It feels like, and Travis is only going to play on the day game after the night game. Last year, it was a true split. Last year, they were getting half and half, and both of them stayed fairly hot, and I think it kept them fresh. I think it was a great idea to do that, and I don't know why they've gotten away from it, but they have, and I would like to see it implemented more. I would like a true platoon, and I don't mean, when you think of platoon, you think righty versus lefty. No, I want a true platoon in the meaning that they're going to play every other day. We're in a calendar month. If you played 28 games, Travis is behind the plate 14 times, and so is Murphy. Because you're going to keep them fairly fresh doing that. And I think that can only help a catcher with their knees and their legs, and not just the catching position, but when you're up there at the plate, if you feel broken down, it's going to affect your batting. It's going to affect your batting big time. And, they're both slow. Travis because of age, and Murphy just because that's who he is. He's a very slow running catcher. He's your prototypical catcher where he tries to swing for the fences because he doesn't have speed. But I'm not trying to kill any individual player because they're all playing like junk. What I'm trying to do is figure out a way to make it where you have to face Ozuna more often. I'll concede that Ozuna may not need to lead off. I would like for him to lead off, but I'll concede that. That's okay. But outside of that, Ozuna's got to be hitting second. He's got to be getting up there more often because he's giving you professional bats. And when he hits one hard, he scalds it. And with that being said, honestly, I wouldn't have a huge problem. I'll put the order back up real quick and show you what I'm talking about. I wouldn't have a huge problem of putting Olsen up at 3 and Ozzie at 4 and then Riley at 5. I wouldn't have a huge problem with that, especially against a right-hander. I think that could be a very advantageous. The only reason why I like keeping Olsen at 4 is because when they took him out of the 4 spot last year, they played with it last year. If you remember that, at the very beginning of the year, they played with the order. Or maybe that was the year before, but he didn't tend to do very well when they played around with his order. So I'm fine with keeping Olsen at number 4. But these guys get clicking. There could be something said for putting Olsen at the 3 spot. And if they're clicking and they're hitting well, Riley at the 4 spot and Ozzie at the 5 spot against righties, and then flip-flop it, have Ozzie lead off against lefties and Harris down there below Riley. That's another way you got to go. But what they're doing right now with the lineup, it's maddening and it's driving us nuts. Okay, pick to click tonight. Well, we talked about him enough. Might as well go for it. Big Zoo, he's going to get a couple of rips tonight. Big pick to click will be Marcell Ozuna. And I'm going to go with the high-scoring game for today's Braves, not the typical Braves, but a high-scoring game would be 6-4 because I believe both these pitchers are going to get taken to the woodshed at the beginning, and then it's become a bullpen game. If you've seen the ERA, Povich had a terrible outing. He's only had the one go around, 0-1 with the 10.13 ERA, 1.69 WHIP. And Schellenbach's not much better. He's 0-2 with the 8.38 ERA, 1.55 WHIP. So there you have that. All right, we're going to get you the lineups and all that jazz. Braves Country Baseball coming your way here on Braves Country Radio. Let's get it.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
there's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Michael Harris II. 5 home runs, 20 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .248. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 4 home runs, 30 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .259. The designated hitter and batting third, Marcell Ozuna. He has 18 home runs, 55 RBI, a .316 average. Matt Olson batting cleanup and playing first. 9 home runs, 34 RBI, batting .241. Austin Riley batting fifth, playing third. 3 home runs, 20 RBI, a .225 clip. Adam Duvall is in left field. He has 6 home runs, 17 RBI, batting .174. Sean Murphy behind home plate with 1 home run, 4 RBI, batting .132. Brian Anderson is in right field. Bandy is 0 for 3 on the season. And Orlando Arcia batting ninth and playing short. He has 6 home runs, 21 RBI, batting .232. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Spencer Schwellenbach, 0-2 with an 8.38 ERA. 9 2/3 innings pitched, 12 hits, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with another rookie, Cade Povich. The southpaw is 0-1 with a 10.13 ERA, a 1.69 whip, 5 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 4 walks, and 1 home run served. Backing up Povich in the bottom of the first inning, it'll be Gunnar Henderson playing shortstop. 21 home runs, 46 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .274. Adley Rutschman is behind home plate and batting second. Batting .301, 13 home runs, 49 RBI, 1 stolen base. Ryan Mountcastle is at first with 11 home runs, 32 RBI, 2 stolen bases, and a .276 average. Ryan O'Hearn is in right field with 9 home runs, 24 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .287. Santander is the designated hitter today with 14 homers, a .224 average. He has 37 RBI. Austin Hayes is in left field, 2 home runs, 10 RBI, batting .234. And Urias is manning the hot corner. The third baseman has 3 home runs and 8 RBI. He's batting .230 on the year. Mullins will be in center field with a .174 average. He has 6 home runs, 22 RBI, 13 stolen bases. And Mateo is at second and batting ninth. A .248 average with 4 home runs, 16 RBI, 10 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Bill Miller. First base umpire, Malachi Moore. Second base will be manned by Doug Eddings, and down the third base line is Chad Whitson. Game time temperatures are expected to be around 77 degrees at first pitch. 5-mile-an-hour winds are blowing out to left center field. The Atlanta Braves come in 35-29, 16-17 on the road. Baltimore's 44-22, 22-12 at home. Baltimore is minus 130 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves O's Game 2 of a 3-game set. Schwellenbach and company are looking to knot it up at 1 game apiece and force a rubber match tomorrow at 1:05 Eastern. We've got the Schwellenbach emoji kicking in the chat for you Country Club members. Warm up those chop arms, Country Club and Braves Country. Get your game face on. Good evening, Braves Country.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah! Roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Time for a little roll call here on Braves Country. If you haven't done it already, let us know that you're here. Tell us where you're listening from here in Braves Country. Good evening, Country Club members. I see Charlie Pittman. I see Gary McCoy. I see Robert. I see David S. See who else we have kicking in here in the chat. I see Country Club member Nathaniel Brooks. Mark Ricardo. See, did we have... I think I missed a few. Okay. I think that's it on the Country Club members so far. Good evening, Braves Country. Christopher, Underwater, Tony, Daniel, James. I see Edward Spry, Country Club member from Pembroke, Virginia. James from Australia. Christopher from North Carolina. We've got... I think I said Underwater, Tony, and Daniel. If I've missed anybody, jump into the chat. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with as it scrolls past me. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Your Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their classic road grays top to bottom, Atlanta across the chest in red, tomahawk underneath, outlined in navy. Same with the numbers on the back. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves Country. First pitch on the way from Povich, the left-hander, is right down the pipe, swung on, and foul back out of play. It's 0-1. Baltimore Orioles are wearing their classic home whites with the orange writing. Orioles on the front, numbers on the back, the 0-1. Sweeper down and away, 1-1. Who else do we have coming in here? Mr. Woodrow, Grandma King. And I believe I said Edward Spry. Good evening, Edward Spry. The 1-1. Kicks and fires right there at the knees, just below. Good take by Harris, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Nothing, your score just getting going here in Baltimore, Maryland, Charm City. The 2-1. Swung on, high chopper over to first. It's going to be an easy play for the first baseman, Mountcastle. He'll step on the bag, one away. One down. You're hoping for a lucky hop on that one, but we did not get that fortune. One down. And that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. Ozzie stands in, takes the first pitch. It's a curveball well below the knees. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty-righty, pitch on the way. Curveball drops in there for a strike. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Please hit that like button. We'll get the sign down at 100 likes. The 1-1 from Povich. Lifts and fires. High and out of the zone, 92 miles an hour, 2-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow. It's a 1:05 first pitch. And Raylo's on the mound. So a 2-1 count. The pitch on the way. Swing and fouls it down the line. Out of play, 2-2. The 2-2 to Ozzie. Ozuna stands on deck. Pitch swung on, chopped over to third. Hard hit ball, but right at the third baseman. Urias flips it over to Mountcastle. 5-3 in your scorecard. 2 away. Good evening, Yelton. Good to see you. So 2 down. Yeah, I would be in big favor of the lineup being changed. The First pitch on the way from Povich to Ozuna's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Yelton talking about the lineup. We went over that during the pregame show, the lineup that I came up with. That, I mean, I'd at least like to give it a try. I mean, let's do something different. The 1-0. Outer edge, cutter for a strike, 1-1. Obviously, with this being a rookie, first time the Braves have ever seen Povich pitch. He's one of their top prospects. The 1-1, curve ball, just grabs the outer edge, 1-2. Zuna didn't like it. He might have a good beef there. But nonetheless, it's a 1-2 count. Lefty, righty. Povich comes set, his 13th of the inning. Swing, and just got a piece of that curve ball. Slaps it towards third base. Foul, it's 1-2. Braves nothing, O's nothing. Top of the first inning. The southpaw delivers. Swing, and fouls it back out of play. We'll do it again, 1-2. Schwellenbach is your starter tonight. We'll see how he fares his third time through. The 1-2. Lets her rip. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball goes dribbling in between Ozuna's legs, but he's got no chance of running that out. We'll be back in a flash. Braves come up with nothing here in the first inning.
I should have gone to law school or high school.
Mike Schmidt batting .286, 10 homers. He's knocked in 29. He's tied for second in the league in home runs behind Eric Davis, who has 13 of them. Schmidt, Dawson, and Durham of the Cubs each have 10. 1-1 to Schmidt. Schmidt lifetime is hitting just .189 against Nolan Ryan. 7 hits and 37 at bats. 5 of those 7 hits have been home runs. Struck him out. First strikeout for Ryan. That's 2 down here in the first.
But, you know, I want to say one thing in all seriousness. I feel sorry for you people that don't drink. I mean it, because when you wake up in the morning, that's as good as you're going to feel all day.
Armchair. Babe, do you like my new nails?
Let me see them. Yeah, those are cool. I probably
You like the red?
I like the bubble bath ones better, but those are alright.
How do you know what bubble bath is?
What do you mean? Like, everybody knows that.
From who? Because I've never gotten those.
You haven't?
No. How do you know what those are? Who have you been hanging with?
What do you mean?
How do you know what those are?
No, I do like yours, though. They look good.
Armchair.
You think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list. We come to things at various times in our lives when we can comprehend them, when we have an interest in them. But we have a child's interest in baseball, in my case from the time I was 5. I can't imagine never having an interest in baseball. So it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Spencer Schwellenbach digs in. First pitch is a fastball swung on, lifted high into center field, but drifting over, making the easy catch is Michael Harris II, one away. It's about to get into Gunnar Henderson. He did not play last night, and he's their best batter. This guy, I had to do a double take. I didn't think I was reading it right. Gunnar Henderson, their shortstop, already has 21 home runs and 46 RBI. What's that like? One down. Rushman comes to the plate. Adley Rushman catching today. Takes the first pitch, 97 mile an hour, right there on the inner track. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Rushman. Swung on, lifted towards left field. Is it going to stay fair? It's going to drop foul. Riley was busting his tail to get down there, but was never going to get to it. So it's 0-2 to Rushman. Adley Rushman, most people will remember the #1 overall pick from the Oregon State Beavers back in 2019, now 26 years old. The 0-2 as he digs back in, righty-lefty. Pitch on the way, 97 outside wide. 1-2. Schwellenbach, of course, one of the big prospects down on the Braves farm, is the 1-2 pitch. Did he go around, change up off the edge? They're going to say he did not. 2-2. Looked like he might have went, but I'll have to get a better look. That's a 50-50. If you got a Braves hat on, you think you win. If you got an O's hat on, you think you didn't. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, chopped off his instep. We'll do it again, 2-2. Braves nothing, O's nothing. Bottom of the first inning, 1 out. The 2-2. Kicks and fires. 94 up top. Cutter misses. So a full count to Rushman. Stands in with 13 home runs on the year, so you got to be careful. The 3-2 pitch, swing, and that ball's hammered down the first base line, but foul. Rushman from Portland, Oregon. The full count, pitch on the way. 98 miles an hour right there on the inner cut. He didn't get the call, but that was definitely a strike. It'll be a walk heading down to first. Get no reaction from Snicker. That was definitely on the inner cut. I don't think he was looking, to be honest. When the camera flashed over, he was staring at some note card. So 1 down. Pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is laced over to third. Riley snags it. An Adam ball. Had to have a little bit of a leap, but pretty much right at him, 2 down. Good defensive play by Austin Riley. Reflexes of a cat over there. So 2 down. Runner on first. The first pitch on the way is a nice snapping curveball to Ryan O'Hearn. It's 0-1. O'Hearn, 30-year-old out of Dunedin, Florida, drafted by the Royals in 2014, the 0-1. 95 down below the knees, 1-1. 1-1, 1 on, 2 outs. Pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's laced over to the right side of the infield. It's an Adam ball to Olsen, and that'll end the inning. So maybe these Adam balls are starting to even out. We've hit a lot, I know, this year. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Why is there a pancake in the silverware drawer?
I mean, why is there silverware in the pancake drawer?
Basketball players want to be football players, and football players want to be basketball players, and we all want to play baseball.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Okay, if you were in the 20s, in the 80s, how did you get your hair to stay? Okay, because I am spraying. I am really spraying, and I am teasing. But in 20 minutes, this is going to be gone. How did you do it? Because that was up here. And as far as I'm concerned, it was there all day. So if you know, please let me know, because I'm trying to recreate your look. And I don't know how to do it, okay? Because I was born in 1999. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
The ref wants to fight. See him? He's like, fight
it's
me.
Offsides.
Right, they're on his side. He's like...
No, he's calling offsides.
Oh, I didn't know. Cussing? No, it's a false start. Oh, false start. Same thing. It's not the same thing. Oh, okay. Look, power to the people. Fourth down. Oh, fourth down. I mean, that's fourth down. Yeah, that's fourth down. Illegal hair pull. Illegal substitution. Nose punch. Face mask.
Illegal leg stretch. You can't stretch.
Roughing the kicker. Do you even watch football?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Look, he's so mad he just kicked the ball.
It's a field goal.
Ref's like, why'd you kick the ball? If I was the ref, I'd probably go talk to him. I'd probably be like, you can't just be kicking the ball because you're mad.
It measures just 9 inches in circumference, weighs only about 5 ounces, and is made of cork wound with woolen yarn, covered with 2 layers of cowhide, and stitched by hand precisely 216 times.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way, hits Olsen. Hits him in the shoulder blade. He appears to be okay, but man, that was close to getting him in the noggin. He'll head on down to first, but man, that was close. Man, that was close. My God. I'd like to see a closer look, see if it may have ricocheted off him, off his head. Oh, it did get him in the head. I thought it hit him in the shoulder. It hit him in the helmet. I guess it was a glancing blow because he looked unfazed. So 1 on, no outs. The first pitch on the way to Riley is a 4-seam inside. It's 1-0. They were showing on the screen, for those of y'all listening on radio a second ago, how similar Povich is to Max Fried, and he really is, even down to the mustache. The 1-0, high and out of the zone, 2-0. His release, everything is build. I'd say he's going to be a little bigger guy than Fried because they're about the same size right now, and Povich is much younger. So a 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing! And that ball's belted high and deep into left field. Is it going to stay fair? Just foul into the corner. Just foul. It's the kind of year it's been. Last year, that ball is sailing out of the stadium. This year, it bends foul and hits up against the very top part of the short wall out there in left field. 333 mark. The 2-1. Curveball misses outside. Ball 3-3-1. Cade Jackie Povich, his full name, was actually drafted in 2021 by the Twins out of Nebraska. So he was teammates with Schwellenbach. The 3-1 flips it over there to Olsen, who races back to first. Man, that must have been one hell of a baseball club they had in Nebraska in 2021. The 3-1 swing, pops it up high, not very deep, into center field. Making the fair catch is Cedric Mullins, the center fielder tonight, 1 away. You got to get one of those balls to stay fair, and I think you can start getting Riley off the schneid. He's squaring some up, but a lot of them are just going foul. If not, they're dying right there at the wall. I think one of the problems, I think a lot of these guys, all of them are pressing because they're all aware. It's different when you get 1 or 2 guys going a slump. It doesn't last that long. When you get a whole team, it really drags the entire team. First pitch on the way to Duvall is a fastball top of the zone, 0-1. Duvall batting now just 174. He does have 6 home runs, a 608 OPS. The 0-1. Swing, pops that up. That's going to be an easy out. Who wants it? Rushman calls everyone off. Makes the catch, 2 away. So 2 down, just like that. And Sean Murphy, who's had a couple of pretty decent at-bats here recently, including hitting 1 out, he'll step to the plate. Of course, his numbers don't show it. First pitch on the way is a curveball down and in. It's 1-0. He's hit a couple of really hard ones as well that have just missed going yard this past week. But all in all, it's been a very disappointing start, including the injury. The 1-0. Right there at the knees, 92 on the outer edge, 1-1. Povich sitting at 25 pitches. Olson at first. Murph at the plate. On deck, Bandy, Brian Anderson. The 1-1. Curveball, swing and a miss. Over the top, 1-2. Slow, bending curveball. One of those ones you don't think he's ever going to get to the plate. So a 1-2 count. Povich comes set. Lets her fly. Swing, fouls it back, 92-mile-an-hour four-seamer. A little bit out of the zone, but a little too close to take. 1-2. Phillies and Boston play at 7:10 tonight. Braves come in today 2.5 in front of San Diego for the top spot in the wild card. The 1-2. Swung on. Bang back foul behind home plate. We'll do it again, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Lefty, righty. 2 outs, the pitch. Swing. That curveball's hammered down the third base line. Chop foul. Do it again. Padres are currently tied 4-4 against the Athletics in the 9th. Could use the Athletics to get a W there. As far as the rest of the wild card concerned, the Braves are 4 in front of San Francisco. And those are the top 3 in the wild card in the National League. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Couldn't get that curveball that last time. That'll end the inning. Povich has a nasty curveball for sure. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
My wife threatened to leave me because of my filthy and disgusting habits. I was so shocked, I almost choked on my toenails.
Now, if you want to crown them, but they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey, buddy, I'll be back. I'm going to run to McDonald's real quick. Run to McDonald's. Didn't they suspend your license today in court? Yeah, what's that got to do with anything? You can't drive with no license, Roy. What are you talking about? Yeah, you can't. I don't use a license to start my truck. What are you going to do if you get pulled over with no license? Same thing I always do when I get pulled over. Run. You're going to get in trouble, man. What are they going to do, take my license? You're going to go back to jail. And guess what? When I get out, I'll drive home. Man, one of these times, they're just not going to let you out of jail. Nah, next time I go to jail, I'm going to be there for a while after what I said to the judge last time. I am on thin ice.
If I want to smoke, I will smoke. If I want to drink, I will drink. If I want to go out, I will go out. Because I'm the one that brings the money in this house. I'm the one with the boss in this house. So if I'm going to go out, you're going to stay here with the kids. You got that? And that's how it is. That's how I'm going to tell him when she gets here.
It travels 60 feet 6 inches from the pitcher's mound to home, and it can cover that distance at nearly 100 miles an hour. Along the way, it can be made to twist, spin, curve, wobble, rise, or fall away.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. You know, the rest of the National League wildcard really is a jumbled mess. And so many teams are going to still be in it come to the deadline. It's going to be difficult to get big trades. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is 95 at the knees. It's 0-1. Right now, the only 2 teams that you can say are pretty much out of it in the National League are the Rockies and the Marlins. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. The Mets are 3.5 games from the last wild card spot. The Washington Nationals are a game out of the last wild card spot, and 4 other teams are a half game out. The 1-1 inside. Did he go around? He did not. 2-1. So Santander on a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Pops it up. Will it stay in play? Murphy gives chase, but it'll bend over past the dugout on the third base side, 2-2. American League is a much different story. Angels, A's, and White Sox are all out of it. Still make an argument that all these other teams are in it, but they're not as close as the jumbled mess in the National League. You got Houston, Texas, Tampa Bay, Detroit, Toronto, and Boston on the outside looking in as the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Change up over the edge, 1 away. Good pitch by Schwellenbach. He did not have that change working his last time out. Makes a big difference with his stuff. Went back and watched one of his starts right before he came up, and he didn't look like the same pitcher that we've seen, and maybe it's nerves. Who knows what it was, but he looks more like it today. The first pitch on the way is 96, right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Looked more aggressive, and maybe that just has to do with him learning to believe in himself on this level. The 0-1 swung on and fouled out of play. Cutter on the outer edge, 0-2. I also think the Braves have to be realistic when you start a rookie like a Schwellenbach, like a Waldrop. Getting 3-4 innings out of them ought to be considered a win, and they start to fade. You got to go get them to keep them from wanting to put their head in the oven. The 0-2, high and out of the zone, 1-2. That was just kind of a look at the wild card, because it is a jumbled mess in the National League. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul in between home and third. Braves nothing, O's nothing. Bottom of the second inning. The 1-2. Schwellenbach comes set, delivers. Swung on, pops it up into right field. Fighting the sun is Bandy, Brian Anderson. He'll make the catch, 2 away. Didn't really have that same effect yesterday. There must have been a lot more cloud coverage because that sun is bright as hell coming into the right field corner. Center and left is pretty much covered, but man, that sun is blasting him in the face over there and right. Urias steps in, batting .230 on the year, righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. At the knees for a strike, it's 0-1. Ramon Urias, 30-year-old. The 0-1 swung on, bounces back up the middle, and unbelievable play by Ozzie Albies. The ball was left of the second base bag. He backhands it and fires it over to first. 4-3 to end the inning. Wow, what a play by the Wiz. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
We can't Urban Dern your frazzle dazzle.
Braves Country is AFC South Country all season long.
Drive starts at the 1 and looking for a little breathing room, and they get that and plenty more. Derrick Henry still going. Stays in bounds. He might go. 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable. Touchdown. Slant caught. Touchdown. Marquise Lee. And he punched the ball into the stands. Deep. And he's got it. Keelan Cole. Touchdown Jacksonville.
AFC South on Braves Country.
Ford, Chevy, or Dodge?
Chevy all the way. It's the heartbeat of America.
I'm going to go off the reservation on this one.
Imagine that.
Now I have an actual American truck. I have a Nissan. You laugh. My truck is made in Tennessee and it's going to spend most of its life in Alabama. That's American. What are we going to do for Chevy? Isn't Chevy made in Mexico or something? I know Dodge is made in Mexico.
So Chevrolet's made up in Michigan, Detroit City.
That's not America.
Armchair.
Cars from all over America come to find a new home in Florida, just like you. I moved here after the draft. I noticed there was one thing missing from this great town, a celebrity-endorsed used car shop. That's why I founded BJ's Used Autos. Every one of these beauties is freshly painted. They look brand new. We have new models coming in every morning, usually around 2 a.m. We can get you anything. I've taken the skills I've learned as a pro football player to the used car business. Smash, grab, and run like hell.
The bat is made of turned ash, less than 42 inches long. not more than 2 3/4 inches in diameter.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. First pitch was right off the edge from Povich to Bandy. Outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Brian Anderson, the number 8 hitter. The 1-0. Down and away. Did he go around? First base umpire Malachi Moore says no dice. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch, curveball, top of the zone, slow bending curveball. Bandy taken all the way. 2-1. Brian Anderson from Edmond, Oklahoma, drafted by the Marlins back in 2014. The 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. 2-2. So evening up the count. The 2-2. Povich comes set. The pitch. Curveball caught, looking, strike 3. He's got that bender working, much like Max Fried, who he probably has modeled his game after. That thing just bent on the outside, just grabbed the outer edge. May have been a touch outside, but 2 outs, you're going to have to swing at that. 2 strikes, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Orlando Arcia is another bender top of the zone. It's 0-1. I think those right-hand hitters are going to have to expect that pitch, make an adjustment, and slap it towards right. Because if you try to pull that pitch, you're going to pop it up. The 0-1. High and inside, 93 miles an hour, 1-1. Braves nothing, O's nothing, top of the 3rd inning. Detroit leads Washington 1-0 in the 2nd. Irvin on the mound for the Nats. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 93 down the pipe, 1-2. So right now on a 1-2 count, you got to figure you're going to see that bender. Got to be able to adjust because you're not going to be able to pull it if you're Arcia, unless he hangs it inside. The 1-2 from Povich. Kicks and fires. Bender swung on, chops it foul down the 3rd base line. We'll do it again, 1-2. Povich at 39 pitches. This is the first time through the lineup for the Braves, so you expect him to make some adjustments the second time through. The 1-2 swung on, high chopper over the head of the pitcher, backhanded by the second baseman. Good play by Mateo, just like his counterpart Ozzie. Backhands it, fires it over to first. It's 4-3 put out, 2 away. The difficulty level wasn't quite where Ozzie's was, but still a really good play by Mateo. He was the shortstop last night. They play him kind of all over the place. Harris steps to the plate. First pitch on the way is a sweeper up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty, pitch on the way. Swing and chase that sweeper outside. 0-2. In his first start, Povich threw the four-seamer 49% of the time, cutter 16, curve 17, and the change 15. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball is rifled into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Michael Harris II. We got 1 on, 2 outs. And Ozzie Albies coming to the plate. When I looked at those numbers, I wondered, and it seems like it is the case, because he got hit so hard that first time out, I don't think he leaned on that curveball as much. The curveball must not have been working for him. First pitch on the way to Ozzie is a changeup swing over the top. It's 0-1. Because the scouting report on him said that he used the curve quite a bit, much more than the 17%, more around the 25% range. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing! And that ball's hit hard on the ground and is short. Deep in the hole. Ozzy's busting it down the line. They're going to get him on a 6-3 putout. Long throw by Gunnar Henderson, but that'll end the inning. Braves put one on, but can't get him across. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 in Baltimore.
He is not the love of your life. He is literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet, trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the chop through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the 2021 World Series. Oh, baby.
Hey, you think y'all could chill out on the online shopping for me? Just a little bit, please? Y'all killing us. Damn it, man. Y'all know we already Temu tired. And then now here goes Sheen with they shenanigans. Damn it, man. Come on, little stank. It ain't even no more social distancing out here or nothing. Go call your little friend up, go to the mall, and do some shopping, damn it. Stay off the web. Sheen getting just as bad as Temu. I'd have been calling them Sheenmu. I had to deliver 28 bags, Sheen bags, to one house. Now, I know they got them big-ass boxes. Them be heavy as hell. They be big as me. I think y'all just like seeing my little ass struggle carrying these big-ass boxes. I ain't got time to be scanning all 28, 29, 37 items you just ordered. Come on, Sheen, put them in a box for me. I love y'all.
The batter has only a few thousandths of a second to decide to hit the ball. And yet the men who fail 7 times out of 10 are considered the game's greatest heroes.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Schwellenbach goes back to work. First pitch on the way. The curveball right there at the knees to Cedric Mullins. It's 0-1. Pretty cool that the Nebraska baseball coach is there to watch his two pitchers go at it. The 0-1 pitch swung on, hammered into the right field corner. And here comes the throw from Anderson. He gets it in there quickly, but Mullins has wheels, and it's a leadoff double for the Orioles. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He turned on a dime and smoked it into the right field corner. Pretty good athleticism by Anderson to get over there and get it in as quick as he did. But you're not going to catch Mullins. So runner on second, nobody out. Mateo stands at the plate. Schwellenbach kicks and fires. The pitch. Offers at it. A cutter right by him. Tried to lay down a bunt. It's 0-1. Mateo batting .248 on the year. .765 OPS. Standing in with 4 home runs, including the big one last night. The 0-1. Cutter misses high and inside, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Schwellenbach, swing. The ball's hit into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes the throw from Anderson into the infield. But Mullins had to hold up. So it's station-to-station baseball, but you got runners on the corners and nobody out. Just kind of a duck snort over the infield head. So runners on the corners, nobody out. Washington has tied the game up in Detroit 1-1. C.J. Abrams hitting a monster home run. First pitch on the way. Runner goes. The throw down to second. The base is stolen. The runners are now on second and third and nobody out. So 1-0 count. Schwellenbach delivers. Swing and a miss. Change up over the top. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball over the edge. 1-2. Had to change my feeds because the Braves feed is just fixated on doing close-ups of their interviews like they always do. So back to the action. The 1-2 count. Righty-lefty. Infield is back. The pitch on the way. Tried to get him to chase that changeup down and in. 2-2. So a 2-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and fouls it back. Gunnar Henderson had 7 extra base hits since June 3rd. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped over to first. Olsen looks back the runners, stands it on first, and applies the tag, but Mullins was going on contact. He had no chance of getting Mullins. It's 1-0 Baltimore. Runner from second heads down to third. A 1-0 Orioles. Rushman will stand to the plate. 1 out. Braves infield will now come in. It was a high chopper, and he got in the in-between hop. He had no chance. In fact, they showed the back end of that. The first pitch on the way to Rushman is a chopper off the plate. It's 0-1. And as Olsen was stepping on the bag, you see Mullins appearing, diving into home. They had no chance at that play. 1-0 Baltimore, bottom of the third inning. The 0-1 swung on, dribbled over towards first, but it's foul. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Love a strikeout or a pop out, anything to keep that runner at third. Less than 2 outs, right where he's at. The infield draw it in. It's going to have to be an atom ball if it's on the ground. The 0-2. Kicks and deals. Swing. Fouls it back 97 miles an hour. Do it again 0-2. Standing on deck is Ryan Mountcastle. In the hole, Ryan O'Hearn. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground. It's an atom ball and a throw. Low throw by Olsen. The runner's going to score. And the runner Rushman's going to go all the way around and slide into second base. The ball caromed off the wall. And by the time Murphy realized what was going on, Rushman was rounding first, heading to second. So not only is it 2-0, but now you got the runner in scoring position. The ball would have been there in plenty of time. It's just a low throw. That's a tough play for a catcher to make. It's a short hopped him right there at the plate. If it's an accurate throw, he's dead meat. Runner at second. 1 out. First pitch on the way is a bender out of the zone. It's 1-0. Mountcastle, 0 for 1 on the night. The 1-0. Down and away. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Got him to chase that slider. Bottom of the third inning. 1 out. Runner at second. Here in the heart of the order of the Baltimore Orioles. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Chopped foul down the third base line. 2-2. The 2-2. Schwellenbach brings it. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. Schwellenbach sitting at 45 pitches here in the third. So not a terribly high number, but he's had a long inning here. The payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So 97-mile-an-hour fastball misses just below the knees, and now runners on first and second and 1 out. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to him. You could make a pretty strong argument that when you got a rookie on the hill like that, the smarter play is just going to be take the out at second and get out of the inning just giving up 2 runs. But I'd say a lot of this has to do with the fact the offense has been so bad for so long that they feel like they can't give up any runs because how the hell do you get them back? Last year, you wouldn't even worry about it. 2 runs, hell, we'll have that knocked out in the first 5 minutes of the next inning. Just the added pressure that continues to mount on these pitchers because the batters aren't doing their job. So Kranitz heads back to the dugout. Runners on first and second, 1 out. If there's ever going to be a night you're going to break out, it's going to be against the rookie Povich. First pitch on the way to O'Hearn is a curveball down and in. They said he did not go around. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty. The 1-0 to O'Hearn. Right there at the knees. Curveball, 1-1. Orioles 2, Braves nothing. Bottom of the third inning. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! Chops it foul right in the berries. Man, Murphy's going to feel that one. Home plate umpire Miller's going to give him a chance to catch his breath. That is, I'm sure they'll send they're going to bring the training staff out there just to give him a chance to catch his breath. He's been hit a few times there this year. I think eventually he'd invest in a cup. It's a 1-2 count. Murph says he's okay. Puts his mask back on. So a 1-2. Home plate umpire Miller's giving him all the time he needs to get ready. We're set to go back to work. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, changeup misses, 2-2. Philly leads Boston 4-1. The 2-2. Rips and fires. Inside. 4-seam fastball, full count. So a full count 2 on, 1 out, the payoff pitch. Swing, that ball's hammered up the middle. Arcee's got it. Steps on second, fires it over to first, and it's an end-to-ending, rally-killing, much-needed double play. 6-3 putout. We'll be back in a flash. The heart of the Braves order coming to the dish.
Are you making fun of me being fat again?
You're not fat again. You were always fat.
Hey, is it a trolley, buggy, or a cart?
It's a buggy. Here, down here, we have buggies. It's a buggy.
It is a shopping cart. A buggy is something you strap to a horse's ass.
Whenever you go down there to the Walmart, and what do you say to your youngin'? Hey, run over there and go grab me a buggy so we can do our shopping.
I ain't got no damn youngin'.
What
I say to him, get away from me, you ugly little...
A priest is driving down the road 100 miles an hour and he's stopped by the guards. The guard notices the smell of alcohol off the priest's breath and the bottle of wine on the floor. And he says to the priest, "You've been drinking, sir." No, just water." "Smells an awful like wine though," says the guard. The priest takes one look at the bottle and says, "Oh, good Lord, he's done it again."
This is the number 2, right?
Yes.
I meant to say number 3. I don't want this. And matter of fact, a number 7 or number 3. You pick one.
You mean I pick one? You just ordered the food.
Excuse me?
Bro, you heard what I said, bro. You about to close, bro. I got time for your bro.
What kind of customer service is this?
What kind of customer are you?
Baseball has nearly all the qualities and the narrative that the country has. It's competitive. It's spirited. It's got the joshing, and it's got the intellectual side, the great students of it. But it's also got labor unions and management and gimmicks and promotion, venality, great public fools in baseball, and great public heroes, and self-serving people, and generous people. And it has pride and unity of town and of country, and it'll do for a figure for the American system.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Marcell Ozuna steps to the plate. First pitch on the way is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Score we gave you all a second ago. We have a faulty scoreboard in our studio. We didn't realize till just now that it wasn't working, the 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. But nonetheless, Philly does lead. It's 2-0 already in Boston. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, righty. Pitch on the way. Cutter outside, high and wide, 2-1. If you're ever thinking about buying something called a tidbit, do not. Because we got one about a year ago, and it has just been a pile of garbage. The 2-1 from Povich. Swing, and that ball's lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit, and Marcell Ozuna is on once again. 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Good piece of hitting. Change up, didn't change. Stayed a little high in the zone, and Ozuna was able to hammer it into center. So 1 on, nobody out. That'll bring the ice house to the plate. Matt Olson. First pitch. Misses 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 90 over the top. One and one. So 1-1. Kicks and fires, swing, and rattles that foul off the mask of Rushman. Do it again. Braves 0, Orioles 2, top of the 4th inning. We've got 1 on. Nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. 93 outside wide. Two and two. The 2-2. Kicks and fire. Swing, and that ball sliced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And that's going to have runners on first and second. Nobody out. And the rake coming to the plate. Good piece of hitting by Olsen. Pitch was on the outer part of the dish. He didn't try to do too much with it. Just slapped it into left field. There you have that. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Austin Riley digs in. First pitch on the way to Riley. Swung on, hammered down the third base line. They're going to say that just went foul. Man, oh man alive. He just cannot catch a break. It's 0-1. You go to that foul ball that he hit in the first inning that barely missed, and then this one, I mean, by just a couple of inches to the right, and that ball is going to be rattling around in the corner, scoring at least one, maybe even two. The 0-1 to Riley, outside wide, 92 miles an hour, 1-1. Second time through the lineup for the Braves now. Should have a little better idea of what to expect from Povich. The 1-1. Lets her rip. Swing and a miss. 92 up top. 1-2. The 1-2. Lets her fly. Swing and a miss. Curveball. Strikeout. One away. Riley not picking up that curveball well. One down, and Adam Duvall comes to the plate. I mean, this is the area you got to at least get a run in this situation. You'd love something in the gap to clear the bases, but you got to at least get a run. First pitch on the way to Duvall is a swing and a miss strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Duvall fouled out to the catcher his last time up. 0 for 1, batting just 173 now, the 0-1. Swing and fouls it back out of play. It's 0-2. So you know you're going to see that curveball. It's been his go-to pitch. With 2 strikes. You got an 0-2. First and second. 1 out. The pitch to Duvall. Swing, and that ball's hammered over to third, and it's going to be a 5, 4, 3. Duvall beats it out. We've got runners on first and third. 2 outs. Good hustle by Duvall. Hard hit ball. I was surprised he was able to get down the line that quick. That was a good turn by Urias to Mateo. Ooh, I don't know. That's going to be close. They may challenge this. It is right there. Man, that is a close one. I don't know if he'll have enough to... It looks like his foot's hitting just as that ball's hitting the glove. So it doesn't look like they're going to challenge, mainly because, I mean, it's the epitome of tie goes to the runner. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty righty. Just a single, a wild pitch, something to get us in. The 1-0 pitch. Outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. On deck is Bandy, Brian Anderson. The 2-0, runners on the corners, the pitch. Right there at the knees, just above the knees for a strike, change up. 2-1. One thing's for sure, Brian Snicker's awake. He's standing at the top of the stairs. So a 2-1 count. Infield shift to the left. The swing hits hard on the ground to short. It's going to be an easy 6-4 put out to end the inning. Braves threaten but can't get him home. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the fourth we go, trailing 2-0.
You dumped a porn star? Friendship over!
Believe it or not, the actress who played Aunt Bethany in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation was the same lady who provided the voice for Betty Boop and Olive Oyl. The Vlasic Pickle Stork mascot was an attempt to capitalize on pregnant women's craving for pickles. In 1846, a doctor started promoting hand washing in his clinic. He saw a link between women dying from childbed fever and doctors doing autopsies before delivering babies. Most people didn't believe him. He even lost his job. Sadly, he later died of sepsis in an asylum.
When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Putting up with me is like eating pudding with a fork. It's not impossible, but it's kind of a pain in the ass.
1786. A fine day. Play ball in the campus, but am beaten, for I miss catching and striking the ball. Princeton College.
Children have hit balls with bats as long as there have been children. But baseball's most direct ancestors were two British games. Rounders, a children's sport brought to New England by the earliest colonists, and cricket, a stately pastime divided into innings and supervised by umpires. By the time of the American Revolution, there were many variations. Boys played one version or another in schoolyards and village greens and on college campuses.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Let's hold them here. Let's get the bats back in the hands of your Atlanta Braves. Schwellenbach will go back to work. Number 5 hitter, Santander, stands in. First pitch on the way. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Santander's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. The 0-1. Swing and pops it up. Murphy looks back, but it bends into the stands. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's rifled back up the middle into center field. That's going to be for a base hit. Hit it right on the screws, right past the glove of Schwellenbach. 1 on, nobody out here to start the fourth. Schwellenbach sets up with pretty good defensive position. I was noticing that earlier. Some of these pitchers come up and they're going way to the right or left of the mound. He squares up, but just didn't have the glove up in time. First pitch on the way to Austin Hayes. It swung on. He catches it. And speak of the devil, baby. Speak of the devil. Speak it into existence. The ball is hammered right back up the middle again. This time, Hayes makes the catch. Doubles off the runner. And a double play. Has us rocking and rolling here in the fourth. Wowza. So 2 down. First pitch on the way. It's right there for a strike on the outer edge to Urias. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Cutter misses outside. 1-1. What a turn of events right there. The 1-1. Down below the knees, ball 2, 2-1. If that ball gets past Schwellenbach, it's probably heading to center field. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So you go from runners on first and second in all likelihood with nobody out to nobody on 2 out. The 2-2 from Schwell. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Murph giving chase. Will it stay in play? It does, and that'll end the inning. Murphy catching up against the screen behind home plate. Lot of real estate back there. We head to the 5th, trailing 2-0.
I love that car more than anything that I have. Dad, what about us? You need a Q-tip?
Overconfident female soccer team challenged an old retired male soccer team, and this happened. Check this out.
Male soccer players were challenged to a match by the American women's team at the peak of their performance.
This message is for Ryan Reynolds. 1, you should be here right now with your squad. 2, your team about to go down. Let's go.
12-0. Wrexham defeats the U.S. women.
A lot of people are mad at the men's soccer team because they pretty much said they should have taken it easier on the female soccer team. But a lot of people are saying they shouldn't have done this because the female soccer team wanted an actual match between retired, out-of-shape men, and you saw the outcome. So what side are you on? Do you think the retired football men went too far?
Oh, wow, I'm pretty sure that's going to be yeah, there it is. Another flag on the play.
Multiple flags on the play. Holding. Offense number 97. That penalty was declined. Touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 22. Penalty will be applied to the kickoff.
This is going to be one of the strangest calls.
That son of a...
You playing against Dick this week?
Yeah.
Could be worse, man. When I played against him, he ejected all my players.
What?
Armchair.
Of all baseball's ancestors, town ball was by far the most popular. Under its rules, the infield was square. 8 to 15 men played on a side, sometimes as many as 50. The pitcher or feeder was the least important player. It was his job to lob the ball to the striker, who could wait and wait for the pitch he wanted. The runner was out if the ball was caught on the fly, or if he was soaked, hit with the ball while running between bases.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Brian Anderson is up top for a strike. It's on 1. Bandy struck out his first time up. A pretty long at back. The curveball eventually did him in. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Change up over the top. 0-2. You got to figure he's going to see that curveball again. So an 0-2 count. Lefty, righty, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Pretty predictable pitch there. Just couldn't square it up. That's now 5 strikeouts for Povich. Povich has gone 4 1/3, giving up no runs after getting blasted his first time out. First pitch on the way from Povich to Arcia is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty, righty. Pitch on the way. Change up outside wide, 1-1. Arcia batting .231 with a .636 OPS. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Curveball over the top, 1-2. Povich has dropped his ERA in half in just this 4-inning stretch. Came in well over 10. It's now at 5.59. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses high and out of the zone, 93 miles an hour, 2-2. Standing on deck is Michael Harris II. 1 out, nobody on. The 2-2. Swing. Chops it foul down the third baseline. We'll do it again. The 2-2. Lets her go. Swing. Pops it up. High behind home plate. Rushman. He'll make the catch. 2 down. Povich has given up just 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, has not walked anybody. Michael Harris comes to the plate batting .250 with a .657 OPS. Harris grounded out to first in the first inning, then singled to right in the third. He's 1 for 2. They set up outside the first pitch. Fastball on the edge, 93 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Povich at just 75 pitches. So he may go 6 or 7. The 0-1. 4-seamer outside wide, 1-1. Got a 1-1 count. Povich turns and delivers. Swing and a miss. Sweeper over the edge. Diving out of the zone, 1-2. The 1-2 delivery. Outside wide, 2-2. Man, that C.J. Abrams just hit another double, bases clearing double. It's now 3-1 Washington. The 2-2 to Harris. Swing and a miss, strike 3. His 6th strikeout by Povich. Turns out you are a starting pitcher in the major leagues. We'll be back in a flash.
If history repeats itself, I want a dinosaur, bro.
Work is work. You don't show up late, you don't make excuses, and you don't not work. If it wasn't work, they wouldn't call it work. They'd call it super wonderful, crazy fun time, or skippity-doo.
Well, what do we do? This just got way too complicated.
I've got it. Here's what's going down. Corey, you talk to your team. You guys are going to decline that holding call.
Done.
Yo, wait, but hold on. Trey Sean, once we break this huddle, you're going to get out there, do some crazy celebration. I'm talking some humpies. Whatever you got to do, you do it.
Okay, I got you.
I'm going to call unsportsmanlike conduct on the celebration, giving the Whites better field position after the kickoff. Coach, I need you to talk to your team about letting them run that kickoff back.
Why would I do that?
Think about it. Defense, special teams, it's all one. You let them run that kickback, both your defenses get 6 points.
Nice.
Okay, everyone good here?
Yeah.
Nope. Once again, my kicker is getting no love. Oh, shut up, Bill. Your team is in first place. Plus, you're about to get extra point for the PAT.
Yeah, don't be greedy, Bill.
Stop being greedy, Bill.
Bill. Fine.
Bill. Yeah, Bill.
He said fine.
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
You, Bill.
All right, let's do this. Get out there.
Wait a minute. Trey Sean comes in with a very delayed celebration here. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a... Yeah, there it is. Another...
Armchair.
I love these lazy Saturdays.
It's Wednesday.
When the University of Illinois played Northwestern, Illinois rooters fired blanks into the air. Much more convenient than yelling, the campus paper said, and has a better effect on the visiting team. And when the Princeton Tigers beat Yale, their fans roared right onto the field.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Schwellenbach back to work. The first pitch on the way is down and out of the zone for a ball, 1-0. Strangely, it looked like Mullins offered at it with the bump. They didn't call the strike, the 1-0. That time he did pull it back, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Fires the curveball right there, top of the zone. 79 mile an hour, 2-1. The 2-1. Swing, chops it foul down the line, 2-2. So now the threat of the bunt is now gone. Kelnick getting the seat because of the lefty on the mound. So a 2-2 to Mullins. He's 1 for 1 on the day. The pitch, swing. That ball's lifted high and deep into center field. Drifting back on the track. Making the catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. One away. One down. Mateo will step to the plate. Mateo also 1 for 1. He scored the other run. He singled to right back in the third inning, pushing Mullins over to third. Righty-righty matchup. He's having some kind of issue at the... Not sure what that is. I guess he's wanting it defined where the box is. Not too many umpires care about that. Mateo stands in. The first pitch on the way. 91-mile-an-hour cutter. It's 0-1. Pittsburgh, St. Louis. 0-0. Just getting going in the first. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Swing. Chops it foul down the third base line. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Schwellenbach delivers. Swings. Fists it foul down the line. We'll do it again. Braves 0, Orioles 2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on. Pops it up. Olson's calling for it over by first. He'll make the catch in on the grass. 2 down. Eddie Rosario just got run down in a really bad base running error in the Washington game. They still lead 4-1. It's in the 5th inning. Runner from third was going home, and he was at second, decided to run towards third. Well, the runner at third had to run back to third when the throw came home, and Rosario had nowhere to go. First pitch on the way to Henderson is up top for a ball. It's 1-0. Sonny Gray on the mound tonight with the Cardinals, the 1-0. Swing and a miss over the top, 1-1. Teams that you're expecting to be possibly trading at the deadline, Cardinals being one of them, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays have already made a move. The 1-1, chopped foul in front of home plate, 1-2. They sent infielder Kevin Biggio to the Dodgers for minor league prospects. They're already starting to call it the breakup of the baby Jays. The 1-2 pitch. Change up well off the plate wide. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Schwellenbach at 74 pitches. Bottom of the 5th, down 2-0. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped that foul towards the third base dugout. The 2-2. Gunnar Henderson, 0 for 2. The pitch. Swing. That ball sliced towards third base over the head of Riley in front of the left fielder, Duvall. Duvall flips it into the infield, but Gunnar Henderson hustling all the way is going to have a 2-out double. Not a hard hit ball by any stretch of the imagination, but sliced it where they ain't. And he's in scoring position with 2 outs. Just over the head of Riley. Riley's playing on a shift. If they don't have him on the shift, he probably has a decent chance of making that play. So that'll bring Rushman to the plate. Rushman, Schwellenbach flips it back over to second. Close play. But Henderson's back under the tag. Adley Rushman walked in the first inning, grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. He does have an RBI. First pitch on the way, swung on, sliced over towards first. Olsen makes a running attempt, but it's going to drop foul. 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Braves nothing. Orioles 2. Bottom of the fifth inning. The 0-1 from Schwell. Curveball down and away. 1-1. Ryan Mountcastle stands on deck. Schwellenbach looks into Murphy, the 1-1. Curveball. It's not fooling anyone, 2-1. That curveball bends off the edge. Just does not have much to it. All in all, he's pitched a very good game, all everything considered. The 2-1. Swing. Chop foul towards the Orioles dugout on the first base side. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Schwell lets her go. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. Strike 3. There's a bender right below his knees behind the behind foot, and that'll end the inning. So Schwellenbach, 5 strong himself. We got Ozzie, Ozuna, Olsen heading to the plate.
All right, everybody, we gathered y'all here today to let everybody know that I got COVID! COVID!
Armchair.
Dad,
What?
do you think you're a good person?
Yeah, I'm wonderful. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Oh, Dad, I don't want one of your lines. Seriously answer.
I don't know. I try to be.
What does that mean? You try? I asked if you
That means
are or
I
aren't.
treat people the way I want to be treated, and my handshake still means something. Just for the record, there's a lot of good in you, too. You have the ability to be even better than me.
You think?
Yeah, and I'll give you a nickel's worth of free advice. At some point in your life, you're going to get to choose what sort of a man you want to be, and once you pick, you walk in that direction with deliberate steps. And don't look back. Don't let people change you once you've made the decision.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Ortiz into deep right field.
Touch a ball, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Brave. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
At its heart lie mythic contradictions. A pastoral game born in crowded cities. An exhilarating democratic sport that tolerates cheating and has excluded as many as it has included. A profoundly conservative game that often manages to be years ahead of its time.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies. This has become an old song. He pops it up into right field. Easy catch, easy out, 1 away. Starting to get to the point where you wonder what he's doing batting at the top of the order. He'll have a game here and there, but man, he just gives at bats away. 1 on, nobody out. Marcell Ozuna coming to the dish. Ozuna, 1 for 2, a single in the 4th. First pitch on the way to Marcell is a bender on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. Marcell now batting .318 with a .994 OPS. 18 home runs on the year. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Lefty, righty, pitch on the way. Swing! And that ball swatted down the left field line. Is it fair? It does look fair. That ball is in the corner, and Marcelo's in. They're going to say it's foul. My word, that looked fair. Deep into the corner. See it again. Ooh, man, that is close. I guess it just missed the paint, but it was close. Less than about a half a ball from hitting the paint. Jeez Louise. We can't catch a break. I don't know what we did, but we were not living right. This is some bad luck. So a 1-2 count. Think of 4 just today, 4 at bats that if the ball's just a little bit over, we're in pay dirt. The 1-2 to Marcel. Swing, pops it up. High into right field, drifting back is Mountcastle. And the ball's going to drop. The ball's going to drop. Mountcastle did the, I got it, you got it. And the Braves have a runner on first and nobody out. I don't know if he heard something. It was odd that the first baseman was that far about to make a play, but he gets into the sun. I think that's about where he lost it. And he made the cardinal mistake of looking for the other fielder. And once you do that, you're going to lose where the ball is. 1 on, 1 out. We needed that. First pitch on the way to Olsen is swung on, hit hard on the ground, and it's going to be a 5, 4, 3. Olsen beats it out to keep the inning alive. Almost an inning-ending double play. Hard hit ball. Chopped right to third baseman, and he had to make a leaping dive. He threw kind of a lollipop of a throw to second. If he throws a little harder, they're going to get Olsen at first, but even Olsen could beat that one out. First pitch on the way to Riley is off the edge wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty righty. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground. That's into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. We've got runners on first and second. Riley's got himself a base hit. 2 on, 2 out. Adam Duvall, who's 0 for 2, will step to the plate. They're going to come out there and talk to Povich. It looks like that's the pitching coach, Drew French, so I don't think you're going to get... I keep forgetting Freddie Gonzalez is a bench coach for this team. While they do that, it's about that time to turn back time. On this date in 1954, Braves right-hander Jim Wilson, speaking of Braves and Phillies, beats future Hall of Famer Robin Roberts when he no-hits the Phillies 2-0. 1 hour, 43-minute contest at County Stadium. The Major League's only no-no that year is the first in franchise since they relocated from Boston following the 52 season. That was on this date in 1954. So the conversation is done. Povich goes back to work. Duvall at the plate. The first pitch is a four-seamer right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Braves trail just by 2. Like to at least cut into this lead, get a base hit, get the runner from second home. Olsen at second, Riley at first, the 0-1 pitch. Swing! That ball's lifted high, but not deep at all. Another lazy fly ball. Will they screw it up? They do not this time. Henderson called off the third baseman who's trying to bang into him. That'll end the inning. Braves put 2 more on, but can't get them all over. Braves have not scored since we entered the city of Baltimore. We'll be back in a flash.
Cheeseburger, 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 cheeseburger.
Ship my pants. Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it right now and ship it to you for free.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves Country. This is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Yes, can I get an iced coffee, please? And hang on one second. Do you want anything?
Oh, no, I'm broke. I ain't got no money. I'm good.
Are you sure? Because I'll get you anything.
Well, I guess if you're paying, you can just go ahead and just surprise me.
Yes, can I get the iced coffee and a job application for my deadbeat friend?
It is an American odyssey that links sons and daughters to fathers and grandfathers. And it reflects a host of age-old American tensions between workers and owners, scandal and reform, the individual and the collective.
Pull up a chair. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, Schwellenbach. Back in the saddle. First pitch on the way is a comebacker to the mound. Schwellenbach's got it, flips it over to first. 1-3 in your scorecard. Mountcastle's retired. What a way. Mountcastle must have been getting some hitting tips from Braves hitting coach Kevin Seitzer. That's how you do it, buddy. One pitch, swing at that sucker. So 1 on. Nobody out. First pitch on the way to O'Hearn. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Last night when the Braves lost 4-0, O'Hearn and Henderson were both missing from the lineup. They combined for 30 home runs this year. The 0-1 fouled off 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch, slider, down and in. Did he go around? Third base umpire Chad Witten says he did not. 1-2. The 1-2. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Arcias got it. Fires it over to first. 6-3 put out, 2 away. 2 down. Schwellenbach at 86 pitches. They may even send him back out for another inning if he can get out of this quick. First pitch on the way to Santander is a slider. Swing and a miss over the top. Is it busted inside? It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Fouls it back. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Schwellenbach comes set. The pitch. Swing and a miss over the top. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Just what the doctor ordered. We got the bottom of the order coming up for your Braves. We're heading to the top of the 7th.
You play to win the game. Brad, you might know the answer, but where's Dobbs' eyebrows? I have to know. The kid looks like an alien.
I actually found out where Dobbs' eyebrows went to. He mailed them to Anthony Davis of the Pelicans.
Before we start eating, just go around the table and say what we're thankful for.
I'm thankful that in 4 minutes the Cowboys game is going to be on, and everyone is going to shut up.
Okay, it kind of needs to be about family.
I'm thankful that in 4 minutes the Cowboys game is going to be on, and my family is going to shut up.
We're never gonna make it into a World Series ever again.
We're never gonna make it now. That's not fair.
I hate the damn Dodgers. Freddie Pippen can burn in hell. Same with Mookie Betts and Clayton Kershaw.
Armchair.
By 1800, town ball and its many variations were played nearly everywhere. On their way back from the Pacific Ocean, Lewis and Clark played a game of base with the Nez Perce Indians as they prepared to cross the Bitterroot Mountains. In the 1830s, on the western frontier of Missouri, ball was the favorite sport of Joseph Smith, the founder of a new religious sect called the Mormon. But back east in Cooperstown, New York, city fathers passed an ordinance restricting play after merchants complained about too many broken windows. Meanwhile, in New York City, they were starting to play a brand new version of the game.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Tate. They have given Povich a seat. Is right there on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. We saw Tate last night, the 0-1. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground, but right at short. It's going to be a 6-3 put out. Murphy retired, 1 away. Needless to say, if we faced a Oriole pitcher this year, they have not given up a run. So we saw Tate last night, but didn't have any luck. He comes in with a 2.49 ERA. Righty lefty. Pitch on the way. Outside wide to Kelnick, who comes in to pinch hit for Anderson. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lets a rip. Swing and a miss. Comes out of his shoes at a changeup in the dirt. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Tate lifts his leg and lets her go. The changeup is in the dirt. This time he lays off. 2-1. The 2-1. Pitch on the way, swing, and chops it foul down the first base side, 2-2. You take away that 3-run home run by Kelnick in the 9th inning of Sunday's game. This offense has not done jack squat since the 2nd inning of that game. The 2-2's in the dirt ball, 3-2. Payoff pitch, swung on, chops it foul off a Rushman. Kelnick's checking on him, see if he's okay. I think it went off his knee pad, so I believe he is okay, but had to stung a bit. "21 of the last 22 innings. No runs. Just that 3-run home run by Kelnick. The 3-2. Swung on, chopped over to second. And that ball's going to go off the glove of the second baseman, Mateo. And another error is going to put a runner on first with one out. Great college football coach Bobby Bowden used to say it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. We get a runner on. That first one, the last thing, that wasn't technically an error because he did not touch the ball, but that will be E4 in your scorecard. First pitch on the way to Arcia is a strike right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Take comes set. Lets her fly. Taking that sweeper all the way on the inner cut. It's 0-2. So an 0-2. Runner at first, one out. One swing would tie this puppy. The 0-2. They're going to flip it over there to first. Close play, but Kelnick's back just in time. The 0-2 pitch to Arcia. Swing. Chops it between third base and the dugout. Standing on deck is Michael Harris II. Ozzie in the hole. The 0-2. Righty. Tate. Ball's down and away, and the runner goes, and Kelnick is going to have the base stolen. We haven't had a chance to hear that sound in a while. I was looking at some of the sounds that I have on my soundboard today, and I was like, man, we haven't had a chance to play a lot of these because the offense has been so bad. So in scoring position goes Kelnick, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, chops it over to third. Runner will stay at second, fires it over to first. Bad throw, but a good tag applied by Mountcastle. 2 down. We almost got another gift error. Throw was up the first base line, but a great tag by Mountcastle. If Arcia would have had any inclination that throw was going, if he slides, he's safe, but there's no way for you to know that. You're not going to have enough time as a first base coach to give anyone kind of a heads up on that. So 2 down, and it looks like that's going to be a pitching change. We'll take a quick break, be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
No, I mean, I read the HR memo. It said WFH optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas, so work-free holiday. I was just going to table it for...
No, Brian. WFH optional is work from home optional between Thanksgiving and Christmas, not work-free holiday. Who told you that? It's just crazy.
I mean, Kate did last week.
Hey, is this true?
And we lost Kate.
Okay, Matt, I think I'm going to need to get Bob involved on this one now.
Armchair.
I wanted to see where that was going. The steroids, if we would have left it alone,
Yeah.
dude, we would have had guys the size of McGuire playing second base by now. You know, it would have been awesome. And because they were so roided up, there would have been no defense anyway, so you wouldn't have to worry about these shifts. You know, they'd barely be able to move. It would have been awesome. They should have just left the game alone. But no, we got to worry about everybody's kidney failure and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's none of my business. Here's the first pitch hit high and deep into center field. It's going back. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Rama-lama, ding dong. The Braves lead it 5-4. He takes Josh Hader deep. The Atlanta Braves lead it 5-4. The crowd is going bananas.
There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if you're dead...
Welcome back. Aiken, the lefty, comes in to face Harris. First pitch on the way. The 95-mile-an-hour fastball misses outside. Keegan Aiken, former starter. 3.73 ERA, the 1-0. Harris takes a wild swing and a slider down and away, 1-1. Keegan Aiken, 29-year-old, drafted in the second round by the Orioles back in 2016. He was once one of their top prospects. The 1-1. Fastball misses high, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. He's been up with the Orioles since 2020. The 2-1 delivery, down below the knees. Good take by Harris. You can tell he wanted to go for that pitch, but he held off. Ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Lefty, lefty, on the way. Swing pops it up. Michael Harris pops up another one, and that'll be an easy catch by Mullins to end the inning. So the Braves once again threaten, but once again, that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the find me something of Cracker Jack. I don't care if I have to get back over Little for the
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Uncle Jesse Chavez, comes onto the mound. The other day, Jesse got his 1,000th strikeout. First pitch on the way from Jesse to Hayes is right down off the edge, swung on and fouled away. It's 0-1. Jesse Chavez stands in with a 1.37 ERA. The 0-1. 90 out wide. 1-1. Kelnick does stay in the game. Slot him over into left field. The 1-1 swung on, roasted over towards third, but foul on the ground, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Chavez comes set, kicks and fires. 92 off the edge. Ball 2, 2-2. Jesse Chavez. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the cutter. 1 away. I know most people believe Jesse Chavez is at the end of his rope like Charlie Morton, but man, and I know he's 40 years old, and I know he's besties with Charlie Morton, and I know Charlie Morton's probably hanging it up, but Jesse just seems to age like fine wine. I'd like to see him stick around. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on, lifts in high into right field. That ball's going to go off the wall. Kelenic plays it perfectly, gets it into the infield. Perfect carom. Man, that was a good play by Kelenic. They put Kelenic in right field and Duvall in left, kept him in left. It's interesting because earlier in the year, it was always Duvall that played right. We've seen that change here recently. Kelenic's got an arm. Man, does he got an instinct to play that position. One on, one out. First pitch on the way. Chavez is going to be lifted into left field, drops down for a base hit, and they've got runners on first and second and one away. Not a hard hit ball, just Mullins lifting it over the infield into right in front of left field. Mullins now 2 hits on the night. First pitch on the way from Jesse to Mateo is a sinker up top. It's 0-1. Mateo, the number 9 hitter, remember he went yard last night. Does have 4 on the year, the 0-1. Right there on the outer edge, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. First and second, 1 out, the pitch. Swing. That ball's rifled foul towards the first base dugout. Braves nothing, Orioles 2. Aaron Bummer warming up in the bullpen. The 0-2. Down below the knees. In the dirt, 1-2. Started seeing all kinds of tweets and stats last night on Twitter that they were saying this was the first time, and it was a bunch of stuff, but the theme of it was we haven't played this poorly offensively for this long of a stretch since 2017. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, pops it up, high in the sky. Making the catch is Harrison, center field, 2 away. Difference is this year the pitching's much better, so they're keeping us in some games. We know the talent's there for the batters, but man, they just are not hitting. And the fans are sick and tired of hearing, well, that's baseball. Apologize, I thought I took that sign down. So they're going to go get Jesse Chavez and run him out of the game. I don't know if that's the smartest idea, but that's what they're going to do. We'll head to break. When we come back, looks like Bummer is coming in. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Oh, yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the strike. Bird. I said, damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird, and Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. Hey, let me tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Armchair. Bad food and overpriced drink had been sold at ballparks since the 1850s, but it took one very ambitious British-born caterer to turn concessions into an empire. Harry M. Stevens had begun his career hawking scorecards in the 1880s, all the while regaling the crowds with quotes from Byron and Shakespeare. By 1901, he was peddling hard-boiled eggs, ham sandwiches, ice cream, and slices of pie in stadiums from New York to Ohio. Then, one cold afternoon, when ice cream sales slowed at the Polo Grounds, he sent out for German sausages, which he put in long buns so fans could hold and eat them. He had made his greatest contribution to the game, introducing hot dogs to the ballpark.
You're listening to
Give birth in a tub? Yeah, it's a really nice transition from womb to world, you know, kind of like a big womb.
So you're in the tub with everything?
Oh, yeah, the afterbirth floats, yeah.
Must be like the tide at Omaha Beach.
Welcome back. First pitch from Bummer to Henderson. Lefty-lefty matchup. Misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Sweeper well outside wide to him. So 2-0 count. Runners on first and second and 2 out. The 2-0 from Bummer. Rocks and fires right there. Strike, belt high, intercut, 2-1. Braves trail 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 2-1 from Bummer looks back the runner at second, turns and fires. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground, but right at Olsen. He'll scoop it up, step on the pillow, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves get out of there unscathed. We still trail 2-0, and the heart of the order is coming to the plate.
I need a 4-letter word for disappointment.
Eric. My wife said to me, what starts with F and ends with K? I said, no, it doesn't.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah, how can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
Can we get back to the version of TikTok where everybody thought they were a professional dancer or comedian or singer and not everybody trying to be a wannabe QVC host? I can't watch 800 more women rub a red light on their face and think that it's going to stop them from aging. You are 22, Jessica. You don't have wrinkles.
What do you know? You're on my porch. What's up? I'm confused right now. It's 1 a.m. I'm confused. You were not expecting me. No. Why would I be expecting you? I just figured you would think I would miss you by now when I'd be here. You saw me yesterday. Sorry, dude. I just want to hang out with my friend, and you always make me feel bad about it. Why do you make me feel bad about wanting to hang out with my friend? You just have all this time because you don't have a job. I'm sorry that I don't have to work for money, and you do. But just because I miss you, I should not be punished. You're drunk. Maybe 1 glass. Well, it's Wednesday. You know how it goes on Wednesdays, man. I'm sorry.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. That's the way I remember it. The whole stand's full of people all roaring. And I guess it's true of any sport, but in baseball, never known elsewhere so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball. It's a great sport that way.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail 2-0. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Aiken stays in there, face Ozzie Albies. First pitch on the way is a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on. That ball is laced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Ozzie Albies is on.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Wiz is on, 1 on, nobody out. Curious to see if they leave Aiken in there to face Ozuna with the left-hander Olsen on deck. I would think they would go get him. No, they're going to leave him in. This is bold strategy, Cotton. See how this works out. First pitch on the way to Ozuna. Swing and a miss. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Oz on first. The 0-1 pitch is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball well out of the zone. 1-1. So a 1-1 pitch. The Big Zoo is 2 for 3 on the night. Kicks and fires. Inside, ball 2, 2-1. Braves nothing, Baltimore 2. The 2-1 pitch. Slider just grabs the outer edge, 2-2. Matt Olson stands on deck. There's a right-hander in the pen. The 2-2. Inside, going to call strike 3. Wide pitch. Bad call by home plate umpire Bill Miller. 1 away. That was a wide strike. It's a good frame job by Rushman. But the stat track shows that thing missed by about 2 inches. That's where you miss Bobby Cox. He'd get up and give ump an earful. First pitch on the way to Olson is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty. Pitch on the way from Aiken. Swing and fouls it back into the crowd behind home plate. 1-1. On this date, 1957, as we turn back time, Eddie Matthews hits his 200th career home run in the Braves' 11-9 loss to Brooklyn at Ebbets Field. The Milwaukee Braves third baseman is the 1-1 pitch. Swing, and that ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong, the 2-run shot. Pay dirt, baby. A hanger, a banger. Matt Olson hits his 10th home run of the year. 36th RBI. 423 happy feet over the wall. And your Atlanta Braves have tied it up 2-2. Man, oh man alive, was that a smack over the track. Olson knew at the moment he made contact. So 2-2 your score here in the top of the 8th. Austin Riley will be due up. The right-hander looks to be warm in the pen. Riley hits one deep down into the right field corner. It's caught. Foul territory. 2 away. 2 down, and Adam Duvall comes to the plate. Duvall takes the first pitch for a strike right there at the knees. It's 1-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss. 96 blew it right by him. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves 2, Orioles 2. Top of the 8th, the 0-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted high into left field. Going back on the warning track. Making the catch is Austin Hayes. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. We're tied. Heading to the 8th inning here in Braves country.
Can you keep a secret?
Of course I can.
I lost all our money today betting on sports.
Damn.
I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, yeah.
I lied. I can't keep secrets.
Wait, what?
So apparently me putting an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth and walking into Walmart saying, "The virus is mutated," is not funny.
Braves Country Radio, covering America's pastime from spring training all the way to the Fall Classic.
Myers bringing it, and the pitch is hit in the air, foul, off first, Benzinger backing and calling, and the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds.
Bell, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
I think one of the worst feelings is when you're at work.
Armchair.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. William, move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed, move! Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
Ben Johnson never missed an opportunity to make a speech. It was always the same speech, all about how he, single-handed and alone, had made baseball a gentleman's sport, and it must be kept forever clean because sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America, and he would lay down his life to save our beloved nation, at which he would begin to cry.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Braves have just tied it up with a 2-run home run by Matt Olson. Joe Jimenez is on. He'll set to face the heart of the order. Jimenez fires the first pitch to Rushman, 94-mile-an-hour fastball up top. They're going to say it's just out of the up top off the corner. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Rushman, 299 average with an 818 OPS. The 1-0. Slider at the knees. Evens up the count, 1-1. So back to the turn back time. Squeeze these in as we go along. Got a really good one after this one. Is the 1-1 pitch. Down and in. 2-1. This date, 1957, Eddie Matthews hits his 200th home run in the Braves' 11-9 loss to Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. The Milwaukee third baseman is the second youngest player. The 2-1 pitch, swatted foul and out of play, 2-2. He becomes the second youngest player to reach the plateau, 98 days older than Mel Ott, who accomplished the feat at 25 years and 144 days. And that's on this date, 1957. So a 2-2 count from Jimenez. JJ lifts the glove and rips. Fastball caught, looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry, 1 away. Rushman shaking his head going back to the dugout. I don't know if he thought that pitch was low. Looked like it was right down the track. Yeah, it's right there. 1 down. This is a lengthy one, so we'll squeeze it in as we go. This is a pretty cool one on this date. First pitch on the way to the right-handed Mountcastle, who's 0 for 2, is a fastball on the edge. It's 0-1. On this date in 1839, almost 200 years ago, the 0-1. Swing, fouls it back, 0-2. Due to erroneous eyewitness account, Abner Doubleday gets credit for establishing the first baseball game ever played in America, which we all know that it finds out to be false, but is the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded over to short. Arcia's got problems with it, fires it over across the infield. It's going to be about a 4-bouncer into the glove of Olson. The runner will beat it out, infield single. Hard hit ball bounced off the glove. I don't think if he gets that cleanly, he's going to be able to pull that rabbit out of his hat. That was a long way to go. Took him to the ground, and by the time he came up, the runner's got some pretty decent speed. He beat that out pretty easily. Cowser comes to the plate. Left-handed bat. Swing, and that ball's belted. High and deep. Will the park hold it? Going back on the track, and Michael Harris thought he stole the home run, but instead it's a 2-run shot. The Braves trail 4-2. He leaped to the very top of the wall, brought the ball back. It appeared It may have just passed his glove and then bounced back over. From the naked eye, it looked like he had brought it back, but looking at it, yeah, that's what happened. It bounced. It's not like most stadiums. There is a wall, a gap, and then another wall before the fans' seats are there. So it went in between, bounced out, and came back out. It even confused Harris because he thought maybe the ball was a live ball. Slider off the edge is swung on and bang foul down the first base line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Change up 0-2. So although it's doubtful the West Point cadet, Abner Doubleday, ever watched a baseball contest, much less invented the game, the Hall of Fame opened a century later on this date, 1939. The 0-2, high and inside, 1-2. And they decided to open it in Cooperstown 1 century later, where Doubleday was rumored to have started the sport. The 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 2-2 count. Santander 1 for 3. Baltimore 4, Braves 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 away. The Hall of Fame, which opened a century later in 1939 in Cooperstown, celebrating the centennial of the mythical founding of the sport, opens up in Cooperstown, where Doubleday was from. In that 1939 class, they celebrated the 4 previous seasons of inductees. First pitch on the way to Hayes is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. And these, of course, are the names of the names. In 1939, all of these players were inducted. The 0-1 swing, and that ball's lifted into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to rattle in the corner. Duvall's got it, gets it back into the infield, but it's a 2-out double. For the Orioles. Hayes at second. Urias coming to the plate. Just left that slider well out over the plate. You know, the guys that pitch with leads, they haven't pitched much recently, and you do wonder about the rust versus rest, and Jimenez definitely showing some rust tonight. Urias steps in 1 for 3. First pitch on the way, swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground, but right to Riley. Riley's got it, fires across the infield, and that'll end the inning. So the Orioles take the lead. We'll head to the bottom or the top of the 9th inning. The Braves' last chance, and the bottom of the order is coming to the plate.
Damn, I thought you wasn't gonna never come from the bag. I've been up for about 30 minutes.
Sir, but you did show up an hour late, sir.
Right.
So,
come in here handling me because you mad about some fear. I ain't with none of that. I'm gonna let them know off the ripper.
Now Don Mattingly, an emerging star. Mattingly last year was called up by the Yankees from Columbus the day Bobby Mercer retired. He'd been with him prior to that, but had been sent out. And he's not only won a spot on the roster, he's in the lineup, he's hitting third, and he's leading the league at .338. Randolph at first base. That's drilled to the gap in right center field, and it is off the fence. Randolph was running all the way, so he is being waved in. Whitaker's going to Parrish is not in time on a double by Mattingly.
Did the little piggy cry wee, wee, wee all the way home?
Wait, wait, wait! Wait! Max. Wait, wait, wait! Maxwell!
Yeah?
You're home.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mrs. A.
In 1856, a British-born music teacher and enthusiastic cricketer named Henry Chadwick saw the Knickerbockers play the New York Gothams and became an instant convert to baseball. Chadwick developed the box score, wrote and edited the most popular players' manual, and launched one of the first baseball columns, covering the Knickerbockers and their challengers, the Gothams, Eagles, Empires, Excelsiors, and Atlantics in the pages of the New York Clipper. And he began...
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Back to that turn back time, the inductees for 1939 on this date. The first Hall of Fame. It encompassed 1936, 1937, 38, 39. These are the names that were inducted that day. 11 living members made it to the celebration. Ty Cobb, Walter Johnson, Christy Mathewson, Honus Wagner, and Babe Ruth from 36. As Craig Kimbrell comes onto the mound, he fires the first pitch to Murphy. Bender at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. From the 1937 class, it was Nap LaHoy, Tris Speaker, Cy Young, and Connie Mack and John McGraw. The 0-1. High and inside, 1-1. Sean Murphy, Kelnick, and Arcia do up. They also inducted from the 19th century George Wright and the grandfather of baseball, Alexander Cartwright, and Henry Chadwick, who you just heard about as the 1-2 pitch swung on, hit deep down the right field line into the corner. Will it stay in play? It'll land in the seats, but foul, 1-2. From the 1938 class, Eddie Collins, Wee Willie Keeler, George Sisler, and Lou Gehrig was brought in as a special election to the Veterans Committee in December. 1-2, down and away, 2-2. Should be noted, Gehrig did not attend the ceremony, but he did play in an old-timers game in Yankee Stadium that very day. The 2-2, check swing over towards the mound. Kimbrell's got it, flips it to first, and there's one away. The Veterans Committee also selected Cap Anson, Buck Ewing, Charles Radburn, along with Charles Comiskey and Al Goodwill Spaulding. Once again, 11 living members made it to that on this date in 1939, and that's your turn back time for Major League Baseball, June 12th. First pitch on the way to Kelnick bangs a knuckle curve off the plate. It's 0-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch. It's Ronaldo Lopez Day. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 95 right down the pipe. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty-lefty. Kimbrell brings it. Inside, caught, looking, strike 3. 95 froze him up top. Kelnick doesn't like it. He's giving the ump an earful. Kind of probably figures to hell with it. We're only got one out left, 2 away. So 2 down. It looked like a strike. With 2 strikes, you definitely can't take that one. Lando Arcia, Braves' last chance. Need a bloop and a blast to tie this one. If Arcia can just get on, Harris stands on deck. Ozzie in the hole. And if they could keep it going, it'd be Marcell Ozuna up next. Rushman goes out there to talk to Kimbrell. Two outs. Braves trail by 2. Everyone back to their positions. Arcia stands at the plate. First pitch. Swing and a miss. 95 up top. It's 0-1. Lando Arcia now batting just .229 on the year. .631 OPS. 0 for 3 with a ground out, a foul out, and a ground out. The 0-1. Knuckle curve right there at the knees. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Braves are down to their last strike against the ex-Atlanta Brave, Craig Kimbrell. Those on radio, you wouldn't recognize him nowadays. He's got a bit of a man bun kicking. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. funny. He's bounced around and has always found a home, but if you try to put him anywhere but the closer position, he has struggled mightily. So an 0-2. Arcia just trying to find a way to get on. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's lifted into center field. Making the catch is Cedric Mullins on the run, and that'll end the game. Braves lose a tough one, 4-2. The good that came above this was the 2-run home run by Matt Olson. And the pitching wasn't terrible. I know you hated when Jimenez gave up that 2-run home run, but all in all, 4 runs ought to give you a fighting chance, and the Braves offense did little to do that. Olson got the home run, and it tied up the game. But when it's all said and done, 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error is not going to get it done. Baltimore, 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Tomorrow, 1:05 first pitch. We'll come on the air about 12:30 for the pregame show, and it'll be Ronaldo Lopez Day, and he'll try to get us off the schneid. Braves have now lost 5 in a row and have scored just 2 runs since the second inning, or excuse me, just have scored in just 2 innings since the second inning of Sunday's action. Braves are going to fall to 35-20 and 16-18 on the road. Baltimore will improve to 43-22, and they'll try to get the sweep against the Braves on Thursday afternoon. Y'all have a great night, Braves country. We'll see you tomorrow. Another tough one. We got to get those bats, throw them in the oven, wake them up, heat them up somehow. Braves lose 4-2.